Hello friends, my name is Salman and you are watching my channel Tech with Salad. In today's lecture we are cover the following topics. Define what is clone and how it's different from snapshot. What is SID, a security identifier. How can we create a customized specification for new clone and templates. How to create a clone in vCenter 7 server, vCSA 7.0. How to create a template using existing virtual machine. How to create a virtual machine in vCenter using templates. So these are the topics which we will cover in this lecture. So let's move. What is the difference between snapshot and clone? Basically, a snapshot is preserve the current state of a virtual machine. Copying the virtual disk file, it's used for backup purpose. And clone, in contrast, a clone is entirely separate copy of VM. If you need to make a new VM that will run independently, cloning is the only way to go. Basically, snapshot is just like you take a picture of any running virtual machine with current state, whereas clone is a totally separate copy of that virtual machine. If you destroy the parent machine, the clone machine will run independently. Single VM, multiple snapshot like so basically we take the snapshot if we want to preserve the certain state of our virtual machine. Like if we want to fresh installation, we take a snapshot, and after installing any new software we have to take a snapshot so we will revert back any desired location or state as we want. In the contrast, in clone we use only backup purpose. If our master VM has crashed, so we have another exact copy, so which is same as basically clone is used for backup purpose. If your master copy is destroyed, your master VM is malfunctioning, you can run your VM using your clone virtual machine. We can revert back to any desired state of the VM as we want if something goes wrong. So we will take so many steps, states here where we can take the snapshots and we can easily revert back at the desired location. In clone, we have create clone if we want to perform some patching, because in our real environment we don't want to play with our servers. So we make a copy of our production server and we perform some patching on it. If something goes wrong, our production environment does not harm. So cloning is very important if you want to create a backup or want to check something on our VMs. Now the second topic is what is SID. SID is called a security identifier, which is basically a unique ID number that a computer or domain controller uses to identify you. It is a string called alphanumeric characters assigning to each user on a Windows computer or to each user group and computer on a domain control environment. Basically, what is SID? SID is a unique identifier of any object in Active Directory. Like every user have a unique SID, every computer account has a unique SID. So I will demonstrate how you find your computer account SID in your computer. For this, we need to go to command prompt. And we have to write following command. First, I will check my host name, computer name, by typing host. As you can see, my computer name is Salman-home. This is the name of my computer. Now I want to check my SID of my user. So for this, I need to type this command. So I copy it and paste into there and press enter. So as you can see, I have following user in my computer and the last one is Salman. So as you can see, this is my username and this is my SID name. So in this way we can any object in Active Directory have a specific SID. This is an alphanumeric character and it is unique for all the computers account or all the user account in a domain. So if we want to create a clone or template from an existing computer, it will copy all the things from its parent to its child. So it also copy the SID. So in order to make it unique, we need to change a SID from the copy machine or copy clone. So we can easily convert our SID of our copy machine by using a command called sysprep. I will show you how to use sysprep in my next lecture, so you can easily understand what is SID, how can we change the computer account of our new virtual machine. So this is the basic concept of SID. Now let's move to the next slide. This is the my lab setup, in which I have a computer or laptop on which I install a VMware workstation, on which I create a two ESXi1, two ESXi server. One is called ESXi1 and other one is called ESXi2. On second ESXi server, I installed a vCenter server 7.0. On the same server and the other server, I will install a Windows 2016 server. So this is my lab setup. Now I will show you in my computer. So as you can see, this is my computer. This is my ESXi server 1. This is my ESXi server 2. So I will access this server from the web browser. So as you can see, this is my vCenter server, and if I go to host and cluster, so you can see I have two ESXi server. One, this is my one server, server number 1, and this is my server number 2. On server number 1, I have installed a Windows 2000 server machine, and second server I run a vCSA vCenter 7.0, and I am taking the remote web console of this server. So this is my environment, my lab environment. You can create this lab environment in your home or in your office. So let's move to the next slide. Clone VM. Why we make clone? A clone is a copy of existing virtual machine. The existing virtual machine is called the parent of the clones. So basically, what clone does? Clone make an exact copy of our virtual machine, and original virtual machine is called parent. When cloning operation is complete, the clone is separate virtual machine. This is very important point. Now after cloning, we have two virtual machine. One is parent and one is child. Why make a clone? Why we make a clone? Installing a guest operating system and application can be time consuming. With a clone, you can make many copies of virtual machine from a single installation and configuration process. Basically, it is time consuming process if you want to make 100 virtual machines and then install so many applications on that server or an machine. So to saving time, you can create a clone from one machine and make a copy with this clone to the other machines. Clone are useful when you must deploy many identical virtual machine to a group. So it is very useful. There are a few examples of the clone. An MIS department can clone a virtual machine for each employee with a suite of pre-configured office application. A virtual machine can be configured with complete development environment and then cloned repeatedly as baseline configuration of software testing, because you don't want to test your software on your production environment. So you make a clone of your production machine, and then you test all the patches or all the different application on your clone machine. A teacher can clone a virtual machine for each student, which all the lesson and labs are required for them. Also, many teacher uses this technology to create a same machine and put the assignment on single machine and replicate this machine to the other students. So this is the few examples how we can why we create the clones. So let's move to the demonstration of our lab. So our next topic is how to create a new customized specification, new clone and templates. Basically, what is customization and specification of new clone and templates? Basically, when we create a clone or template or anything, we want some unique attribute with the new machine. For example, we want to change the name of the machine of our parent machine, and we want to change the IP of clone machine from the its parent machine, and we also want to change the SID. SID is very important in network environment, because if you don't change the SID, it will create a lot of problem in your environment. In 7.0 there is a option for creating a SID automatically, but in earlier version 6.5 or 6.7 this option is not allowed. So I am very happy and glad to see that VMware integrate the SID option in new version. So first we have to create a customized specification for creating new virtual machine, whether it is clone or template. So let's move to the VMware vCenter server. So this is my vCenter server. So to creating a template, we have to move to menu, and there is an option which is called policies and profile, and in policies and profile there is the option VM customization specification. You create this. So as you can see, I have already created a customization specification which is called Windows Server Customization. Now I want to create a new one for this demonstration, so I click on plus sign, and I have given a name like Windows Server Customize 17 September. If you want to add some description, you can add for your convenience. Then click to next. Owner name, my name is Salman, and suppose my organization is Home Lab. Again click to next. Use the virtual name, use the virtual machine name. Basically, what is the virtual machine name of the new virtual machine? Basically, if I want to create a virtual machine, if I provide a name, it will take the same name to create the computer name of that virtual machine. So I will go with this option. Otherwise, you can also enter a name in clone or deployment method. If you check this button, that means it will ask you what will the name of new virtual machine, or you can enter a name here. But I will go with first option, use the virtual machine name. Which name I will provide, it will take that name for our virtual machine. Then I click next. Product key, I deselect this. At the moment I don't want to enter the product key at this stage, so I deselect this option. Click next. Administrative password, here you can set a password your local administration account, so I will set here a password. For my local administrator. Here I will set my time zone, which is +5, and click next. If you want to run any bash file or any command on new virtual machine, we can add from here, but I skip this step right now. Next. Here we can set manually assigned IP address or use the DHCP dynamic host configuration protocol to assign. For example, if you want to assign a manually IP address, because in server environment we always use the static IP address. So we use only the IP address, other parameters are the same for all the hosts on the network. So I will show you how to create these options, other options. So I select this one and select this NIC and click add. And prompt user, I select the prompt user for the IP address when a specification is used. And the subnet mask and default gateway and alternative default gateway are all the same for the all the host of the network. So I have to put only the IP address, not the other environment. So I will put other parameter here, and it will ask me only about the IP address, not asking me about subnet mask, default gateway, alternate gateway. So once we fill out this information, it will never ask me about this parameter in the wizard. So I use the first option, use the DHCP option, automatically click OK. So I go with option number 1, use the DHCP for IP address. Again I click to the next. Here I can specify if I am using this template or is specification in my domain environment or office. I will mention my domain name here. So if you want to take a domain name, just click here, and for example you can take abc.com, and here you can add a user name which have privilege to joining the domain. So you can create a user easily for which have only permission to join the domain. So in our home lab, I go with workgroup and click next and ready to complete, and after this I click finish. So you can see that our new customization specification is completed, which is show here. So I have a customization specification is ready for deploy our clone machine or VM machine. So now I have completed this step. So now my next step, how to create a clone VM in vCenter vCSA 7.0. So again move to my vCenter console and on click menu and host and cluster. In my as you can see in my host 1 Esxi 1, I have a machine which is called Windows Server to Windows 2016 server. If I want to create clone of any virtual machine, we just right click on it and we have option here which is called clone, and there is an option clone to virtual machine. I select this option. Now it will ask me the name of this virtual machine. Keep remember, I told you in my customization step, whatever name I given it, it will take that name for our virtual machine. So keep remember to put some logical name here. So I call it Windows Win 2016 sir. Dash will ask me the which ESXi server I want to place this clone machine. So I select the second virtual machine because it has large of resources. Then click next. I select the data store of second machine and then click next. And here you can see I have a few options. Customize the operating systems. I click this one, and power on virtual machine after creation. I also create this one. The middle option is tell if you want to change the hard drive or hard drive size or RAM size. I will also edit from here. But right now I skip this middle one and click to next. As soon as I click next, you can see there is a customization specification appear on this, which I created earlier in this video. So I will select this one, which is the one which I created, customization Windows Server customization 17 September, and then click to next. It will give me the summary of about all my new created virtual machine. I click finish. As you can see, the new virtual machine will appear here in my second ESXi server, and it will take some time because my local computer is not server machine, so it will take some time. So I will be come back as soon as this wizard is complete to show you the new created virtual machine. So I am waiting for this machine to complete. So as you can see, our new clone machine has been completed. Now I will open it. It will loading the operating system. So in this way you can easily create a virtual machine using a template from a virtual machine, it must be on power off. So if I want to check, I will go to the template, and this option is grey out because my virtual machine is convert or deploy more virtual machine. The recommended template, and using this template you can create as many machines as you want. For example, you want to create 100 machines or 1000 machines. First you have to create a template, and then you create a virtual machine from this template. You only use cloning when you want to back up your servers, or you test some patching or your live server. So in that situation you create clone, otherwise always used to create templates. A template includes the guest operating system, a set of application and specific VM configuration. Basically we create a template of any client. For example, we want to create a template of Windows 10 machine, and then we install Office, Acrobat Reader or other application. We perform some configuration, and we create a template from this VM. And from this template we can create as many machine as we want if we want to deploy this machine in a large number of size. Templates save our time, avoid error when configuring setting and other devices, create a new Windows or Linux machine. As you can see, we don't need to install application software again, so we save our lot of time. A template cannot be powered on or edited when it's created. Basically, when we create a template, our virtual machine is converted into a template, and template is not behave like a virtual machine. It is just a template. We cannot edit it. We cannot power on this machine. But if we want to upgrade our template and perform some patching option or security update in our template, what we can do, we convert our template into a virtual machine and perform all these tasks, upgrade our softwares, upgrade our applications, and then after finishing all the desired tasks, we again converted our VM into templates. So first we convert into a template, and after some time this template I will convert back into virtual machine and perform patching or upgrading of software, and again it converted into templates. So this is a recommended way. I will use this method in my office. So difference between template and clone. Template acts as a baseline image for virtual machine with the pre-configured configuration as per your organization standards. I will discuss this point earlier. Cloning create an exact duplicate copy of virtual machine at the exact time. This is the same thing I have already discussed. So let's move to create a template. For creating a template, you just right click on your any power of virtual machine, and there is an option which is called template, and just click on convert to template. I convert that virtual machine into template. That means it will not remain visible in this menu. It will disappear, and template will appear for this. So I select yes. 2016 server. As you can see, the icon is little bit changed. So now we can easily convert our virtual machine into a template. Now we can create any virtual machine from this template as we want. The process is very simple. You go to VMs and template section and right click any template, and there is an option create new VM from this template. Click on this one. It will ask you the name of your virtual machine. So I will call it Win Server 2016 T for template for purpose. For our select the home lab data center, click next and put on this next server. Click next, create the data store, and then click next, and we use the same customization specification as we created earlier in this video. So I will select this one, and I will power on the virtual machine. Click next. Then I will select this customization step which I have created. Click next and click finish. So you can see it will created another virtual machine which is 33% and which will appear over here. So in this way we can easily create a virtual machine from our templates, and this is the recommended way to creating a new virtual machines. We don't use quite often cloning. Cloning is something else and template is something else. I always recommend to use template for creating your new virtual machine. So I pause this video and come back when this machine will create it on this machine. So wait for this. And I will show you how to take a snapshot of any virtual machine. So suppose we have this machine which is called a type of picture or state on which I will freeze the state of that machine. So I will give it an suitable name like demo snap and create. So as you can see, I created a snapshot, and this is very fast process of taking a snapshot of a virtual machine because it will take a current state of your virtual machine, and the other processes like cloning or templating is taking too much time. So you can see I easily created a snapshot of virtual machine. Now if I want to change something in this machine and something goes wrong, I will revert back to this machine, my original state. How can we done this? We just need to right click on this snapshot and click on to manage snapshots. For example, I take the snapshot, demo snapshot. So basically I am here, right now I am here. If I want to go back to my previous state, I will select this and click to revert. So it will take back my machine to this stage. If I want to again, this is suppose snapshot of my flash installation, I will go to there and I click revert. As soon as I click revert, it will restart the machine, and I will move to this stage of the machine where I install only flash installation of the machine. So in this way you can easily create the snapshots. But whenever you create a snapshot, it will create an additional VSD file which increases the size of your hard drive. So I will not recommend to take so many snapshots more frequently. You can take 1 or 2 snapshots, and if you want to back up your virtual machine, you must use cloning instead of snapshots. So in this way we can take a snapshot, we can revert back to the snapshots. So this is the three very important concept of virtual machine: cloning, templates and snapshots. These three are entirely different for each other, and all three are very important. The snapshot is very quick way to preserve your computer state. Other two will take some time. As you can see now, our template has been converted into a virtual machine. We have created a new virtual machine, and I click on that and open the web console. It will loading up. So in this video I will show you how to create a virtual machine from cloning or template, how to take snaps. So these are the very important concept in VMware virtualization, and it save a lot of time for doing this way. Otherwise you have to spend your whole day to creating as few machines or configuring this machine. So I hope this video is helpful to you and clear your concepts. So if you like my channel, so please like my video and subscribe my channel. So I will keep uploading videos like this. So my Windows is going to booting. So I create this machine from So I log in this machine. And you can see it will running successfully. So I thank you very much for your time for watching this video. Again, I will see you in a upcoming lecture. Thank you very much.